Hi, I'm with the teacher Moni Rodriguez. It's a pleasure for me to talk with a person so very smart and professional.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure.
And so I think it's very good that the teacher help the students with that jobs. So can I start with the questions?
Of course.
Okay, the first is how long ago, how long ago did you learn speaking English?
Well, since I was very little, since I was in kindergarten, I went to school. I'm from Mexico City, so there we have bilingual schools. So since I was in kindergarten, I began having.
Okay. Okay. The second is, do you use English at work?
Yes, of course. I use it in my classes with some materials and also giving a class in English that is early stimulation.
Okay. The next is, how often do you use English in your work?
Well, very often. I think that daily, because in every research we can find a lot of elements in English. All the articles, all the research, the latest are in English because it's a lingua franca and everybody do everything in English. So every day I am using it.
Okay. In your previous jobs, have you used the English?
Yes, of course. I used to work in Tec de Monterrey and a bilingual school, so I give all the classes that I give there in English.
Okay. And why do you think it is important for the students to know English?
It's very important because it opens a lot of opportunities that maybe we have the chance to do something and if we don't have English, it's very difficult for you. And it's also important because, as I told you, all the research, investigations, books, the latest ones and the great ones are in English. So that's important.
The next is, what do you think are the advantages to knowing how to speak English? But
Yes,
yeah.
it opens a lot of windows. And also, in the way you think, it makes you not better maybe, but you can have more elements to take from what you know. So it's very, very important.
Okay. Do you think it's important to find a job?
To find a job, of course.
Very important. Okay. The next, do you think English is important in psychology?
In psychology is very important because everything that we can find in any area that you are, social, education, any area of that psychology, we have materials in English. We need English.
Okay. In the four major areas of the psychology, which are clinical, psychology, social, educational, and organizational. Which do you think is the area with is more important use the language?
Of English, I'm pretty sure that in all of them. Why? Because again, for example, I'm in educated psychology, so we have a lot of elements, a lot of books, a lot of investigation videos in English. And in other areas like organizational, you must have this reference of what is happening around the world. And the other way, the only way I think, is through English. So you can read it. Yes, of course, some other languages are very important, but we know that English is the lingua that has the top of all the investigation.
And now, what do you think is the best way to learn English?
The best way, please don't just take the classes or the lessons or a book that they give you. You can listen to music and all the lyrics in English, and it's very important. Or you can watch a movie or any video you want, and this movie must be in English. And you can see the subtitles in English also, so you can get, okay, you're listening to English, you're reading English, and you get more vocabulary. I think that the best way is you have to read, you have to listen, and you have to watch.
Okay. Daily. And the next is, as a psychology, why would it be important to know English?
Again, please.
Okay, as psychology, like you, why would it be important to know English?
I think I have answered that because what I have found a lot of opportunities. For example, a few years ago, like 6 years, there was an opportunity to go to United Kingdom to get a course, but they need teachers from here, from our school, that have at least a little of English. And nobody could go. And then the opportunity was there, and there were only two, another teacher and me, who went to United Kingdom to take the course. It was a great course. It was okay. Why didn't we go to the United States? Because it was very expensive, but there was the opportunity. Another is that here to our school came somebody from Germany, and this PhD wanted to give a course and a workshop, and she only speaks German or English. So we said, okay, I can help you. So I made all the translation of this. So those are opportunities, and I keep in touch with them, and that's very, very important.
The next is English important to able to get a trip or a job outside of Mexico?
Of course it is, of course. So please keep on studying English, because then you have the opportunity to go. What happens here is the students that go somewhere else, they say Spain or Argentina. Why? Because they speak Spanish. And the other places that are with English are like, nobody can go there. Why? Because you say, oh no, I just know a little English. I don't know. You have to go there. Okay, so you must, or you can go abroad if you have English.
Okay, now about your job. Why did you choose the educational psychology area?
Because I
as
love
your,
it.
work?
I love it. I love it. It's my passion. And what happened is that I began studying special education in Mexico City. So I work with deaf children. So these deaf children need a lot of language. It was not a manual school, it was an oral school. So I have to look for this area in special education. Then I studied psychology, and then I found out, and I was always in bilingual schools, so we needed to have English. And every area is important, but I think that the main area is education. In our country, we need this.
Okay. Now, what do you think of people that who don't know how to speak English?
What I think I said that they hadn't had the opportunity, because once you have the opportunity, you get the opportunity to keep in touch with another language, you understand other ways of thinking. You will get to know a lot of people. You can make this, we have in YouTube, Facebook, all the social media. You can keep in touch with people that is speaking the language, and you can understand the way they think. They have a different culture, so you have to get involved in that culture, and it's very, very interesting.
Who the people need to know speaking?
Yes.
And the last question is, do you think that knowing English is more likely to get benefits such as job or travel or
Of course.
visit other countries?
Of course, I'm certain about it, because I have had these opportunities. Also, when I was in Monterrey, I took students, a group of students, every summer to the United States. So then we had a leadership academy, and they were with people from Italy, from Germany, from France, from all around the world, also Africa, Swazilandia. So we were there making some workshops, and why did I have the opportunity? Because I have English. And why did they have the opportunity? Because they came from a bilingual system, and they can go there. So there are lots of opportunities. And as I was telling you, when there's a job, as a principal of a school, if I have two psychologists and the one knows English, I choose that one. Not even they are at the same level. In organizational psychology, of course, they need English, okay? And it's also psychology, all depends on what are you going to do, but it opens a lot of opportunities, and it keeps you from not having that opportunity because you don't have this English ability.
Okay, so thank you for answering the questions. That is very good that you can help me. So thank you, and that's it.
I'm glad to help you. Thank you.